You get
Well,
I get nervous every time.
I've never worn shorts on this show. Never will.
Never will, huh?
I'm not happy about this.
What is up, everybody, and welcome into the DNVR Nuggets podcast. Oh, wow, that's the energy we have here. Some real Monday energy. Everyday weekend.
Tuesday.
Well, I'm saying, but it's Monday energy on a Tuesday.
It's sad.
Very sad. We're presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Who knows? You download it right now. Use promo code DNVR. We might just open up that app and place a few communal bets today. We might. I mean, the finals are happening. We might as well all try to focus our energy in the right direction.
We just suffer together, as you
or suffer together.
Communal bets. There's your odds go up by 10%.
Yeah, that's actually how that works. That's proven. That's science.
I have it on good authority that all there is vibes.
The world is all vibes. That's
all
true.
Vibes.
You know what? When you break it down like that, let's win money.
Let's just win money with some good vibes. We have a pretty fun show today. A lot of stuff happened over the weekend, guys. We had Vlatko Cancar advancing into the Olympics. We had the Serbian team not advancing. We're going to talk about that. We had Peter Cornelie, our old friend, a former superstar in the making. He's actually rounding. He's only 24, by the way. I found that out. So we're going to talk about him. Jordy Fernandez is on Team Nigeria for some reason we didn't realize. We got a lot of stuff. And then, of course, a finals preview. And I'm going to talk about Wes Unseld a little bit. We might even see Judge D-Line later on. Lots of stuff. I'm telling you, we got a lot of stuff. We got to get moving. But first, let me introduce my esteemed panel. I've got the man wearing watermelons. Brendan.
That's right. This time tomorrow, folks, I will be in Oahu. So I am currently checked out. I'm really sorry. This show is going to be pretty loose for me.
Senior, last week of senior year high school vibes right now.
I don't even know what the show's about.
I wish I could have a vacation.
You did. You had one this year.
I got over here. I haven't had a vacation for a bit. A little beach vacation. It's been a while, man. It's been a minute.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. You're going to come back so tan.
That's me. Only tan.
I got D-Line over here. He's wearing shorts.
Guys, this show is my vacation. Every time I'm here, I feel like I just feel the beachy breezes are blowing. I just feel great. Maybe that's the wind coming off of Harrison.
Probably.
I am wearing shorts today. I'm not happy about it. I forgot I was on the show. Sorry, everyone. Let's make the best of this and not mention it.
Is that a Where the Wild Things Are shirt?
This is a Where the Wild Things times Adventure Time.
Oh, I like that.
This is a shirt for adults and adults only.
And by the way, in your defense, in terms of not knowing about the show, it's the same time today as it's
every
been every
single
other day.
day.
So
yeah,
I don't blame you. Wait.
I didn't think about the fact that I was going to be on the show, but I also didn't think about the fact that it's actually a treat that everyone gets to see my legs. There they are.
I don't know about that.
We're getting a lot of downvotes. Over here, we got Harrison Wind.
I've got great vibes going today, not because it's game one of the NBA Finals, but because the trailer for Succession Season 3 was released this morning.
That was the best part of my day.
Right.
Harrison.
It just got me in a great mood. Yeah.
All right. It was a good show.
Great
show. I'm a little behind, though. I got to catch up.
This is a great show.
I got to say, though, before we get into all the news, man, 4th of July, you guys all know my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Banger.
We do know that.
It was a banger. It was a great one, man. This was a great 4th. Everybody have good 4th?
It's a pretty casual little intro we've got going, huh?
It's a fun day, man.
Pretty low key. Yeah. I had a great I went golfing. I went golfing with you yesterday.
That's right.
Adam has not achieved his initial claim of becoming a professional golfer early, but he is improving all the time.
Thank you.
It's nice to see.
On my way, you might say.
I went to baseball games all weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So congrats to your Rockies.
Hey,
why were you at the baseball game?
I was attending the game as a fan.
Oh, okay.
Of an unnamed team. I actually did go. As you guys know, I'm a Cardinals fan. Boo appropriately. I'm sorry. I just pretended I was from out of town, and I was just talking to in-towners about how Monfort should sell the team, under disguise as a St. Louis guy. I was like,
Monfort, I did like it.
I was like, yeah, you guys deserve better. I mean, you guys, he owes it to the city. You know?
How about that fireworks show, though?
I did get out of there before that started.
What? The weirdest what?
So I don't.
You don't like fireworks?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not trying to do the thing where I say the thing everyone likes is bad.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you do that a lot.
Yeah, in the Slack. I'm trying not to do it on the show, but no, it's very crowded. It's lots of people. Things get expensive fast, and then it's hard to get out of places. I'm not a big 4th guy.
Big fan of fireworks, man. I'm gonna tell you the reason I liked it and why I wanted to bring it up. It felt good. In all sincerity, it felt good when every year I go to my cousin's house up in Dacono. And the whole neighborhood came out. Usually it's some people from the block all come down. Everybody in the neighborhood, I'm telling you, people were ready to like be out with each other again, and it was like a whole block party.
They're like, light up that another banger.
That's what it was. Yeah. We'll just lit fireworks in the street for forever, and like everybody was out just like participated, brought their fireworks.
That's
to the middle.
what my July 4th was like. It was so picturesque of just America's suburbia.
Yeah,
I was at my buddy's house in Broomfield, in a cul-de-sac, and in the middle of the cul-de-sac, kids just come out from every house. The dads are out just lighting off the fireworks in the exact middle of the cul-de-sac. It was picturesque. We got the grill going.
What?
Yeah, some burgers, some hot dogs.
I don't get how people don't like 4th of July. It's the best, man.
Yeah, it was a great night.
There was a hockey player died in a firework accident.
I heard about that. Yeah, it's made me very scary about my 4th of July routine.
Seriously, though, dude.
Made me terrified.
It seems like harmless fun.
But. Getting into some Nuggets news here. This is my favorite random story that could have possibly popped up that I was not prepared at all for. Peter Cornelie.
He's back.
He's back, baby. I had given up all hope. I had abandoned all hope for Peter Cornelie 3 years ago when he...
Isn't it Peter Cornelie?
Well, you say Cornelie, I say Cornelie. It depends on what part of France you come from. But,
which part of France are you from?
Well, the South. So So here's the story on Peter Cornelie. Nuggets draft him. I don't remember what year it was. 2017 or 16, something like that. It's been a while. It's been a minute. 7-footer who allegedly could shoot the three. Now, we watched him his first season in Summer League. He comes over, and he looked like he had some upside. 3-point stroke looked all right. Really skinny. Really passive, very skinny, very kind of just weak, and gets pushed around a lot. We think, okay, a little seasoning. Just needs a little seasoning. Send him back to Europe. He's going to come back. He came back worse.
Way worse.
The second year was like he was sitting on the bench staring off into space as if he didn't want to be at the arena. He was skinnier somehow.
Are there any Bull parallels? I didn't see it.
Man, yes. Actually, this is great. This is great stuff because there is... I would say that he looked as disinterested. I mean, some of this is playing body language, doctor, but he looked as disinterested in playing in Summer League.
Well, he was just getting moved all around the court. He was like getting bodied. He was. I mean, it was not just off the court. On the court, he did not display a high level of interest in scoring the basketball.
Competitive nature, like all
his
of that stuff. His
competitive nature seemed to be lacking. He did not seem to be in the right place.
But lo and behold, no sooner had we completely forgotten about him, he pops up on the French national team.
Yeah.
He's back, and apparently it's because he had a fantastic season. He's only 24 years old. It feels like that was so long ago. He's like still, he could enter the draft. Who's that guy we did 2 weeks ago? Duarte, same age. Same age as Duarte.
That's a good point.
And I don't know. What can you tell me about him, Harrison?
Well, yeah, I mean, Peter Cornelie for the last 3-4 years had been like a real disappointment overseas. Hadn't really, put up numbers. Hadn't really impressed. Hadn't shown any of the potential that people might have thought he had. This season, he comes out of nowhere to average 14.5 points and 8 rebounds per game. And is shooting 44% from three.
44%?
Yeah. On
how many total attempts?
3 attempts per game. So not a ton, but not nothing either. And he's had this breakout season, by far the best season of his career, playing in the top league in France, and is now on the French national team and is going to be playing in the Olympics. So he just comes out of nowhere to have this crazy season. And look, I don't think he's going to be an NBA player, or I don't know. I think it's too early to tell. But we kind of wrote him off, and he's back.
If nothing else, it gives us another nugget to watch. Doesn't still have his rights, so it could be this guy. Even like if you say like your mind automatically goes to what if he's a player and he comes over and does this or that. But there's a whole other layer of like, what if he becomes the guy you can include the sweetener in a trade? It's like
the rights to Peter Cornelie.
The rights to Peter Cornelie is coming along, and
then we just rebrand this podcast. And
so there's all this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that hopeful for Peter Cornelie, but I am 100% gonna be watching French national games.
Oh, of course.
Well, not the ones that are like 5 a.m., but the ones that start at like midnight.
So like
watching those.
Maybe less than 100%, but I'm interested. I'm interested.
I'm
very
watch
interested. 1 or 2 games.
France has a low-key interesting team.
Who else is there?
Rudy Gobert, Nicholas Batum.
I love that. He was like, they have an interesting team. Who's there? Rudy Gobert? Not interesting.
No, they got a pretty good team,
Supremely
man.
uninteresting Rudy Gobert.
Well, interesting in the manner of, they could make some noise.
Okay.
Although France always seems to disappoint in like international stuff. Evan Fournier, Nando De Colo, TLC.
That is a solid one.
Gershon Yabusele.
Oh, yeah. He's back.
We're ready to hype him up again.
Best ass in the NBA.
Frank Ntilikina. So they've got some players noticeably absent. Axel Toupane. But
really? What happened?
Well, he's still playing with the Bucks, so that might have
that's probably what it is.
something to do with it.
Yeah.
But they got some players. They got
finals.
some players.
All right, that's pretty exciting. Also have some players. The Nigerian basketball team. Monte Morris is on the team.
He's not on the team, actually.
Oh, well, here we have an update.
He's not. Nigeria just came out with their roster. He's not on the team.
Did he not make the cut?
I was told that he had a minor injury,
Oh, no.
and I don't think it's anything major.
Right. Didn't we see him getting some sort of like ultrasound on the gram not that long ago?
Yeah. So
Ooh.
I think because of that, he
pregnant?
was not in the final.
That was my question. And then Win said that no, he's injured. I
Yeah.
thought maybe
but
his leg
he was.
pregnant.
I mean, he was in line to be on the team. All reports were that like he was gonna be in there.
Well, a lot of wind out of my sail here.
Yeah, but I was told there was a minor injury, but I think he'll be fine.
Well, that's a big drag. Nonetheless, there still are two Nuggets on the list or on the roster. One is Nuggets assistant coach Jordi Fernandez.
Yeah.
Love this.
Which is surprising that he's not on the Spain
Right.
coaching staff,
Right.
where he's been the last couple of
Yeah.
Dude, that's,
international competitions.
that is the funniest thing about international sports is that oftentimes you'll get a coach that is representing a completely different nation.
Right,
but
of course.
Coaching, it's very confusing. It seems like the players and the coaching staff should have to come from that nation. It needs to be a full representation of your nation as a unit.
Yeah, and also just like Jordi, aren't he and Juancho? They were pretty good friends, so you would think, like this would be a perfect opportunity there. But
Right.
Nonetheless, it is an example, an opportunity for him to coach and learn some stuff. Maybe be around some different guys.
Yeah.
Even more interesting for me though, Caleb Agada, who
Yeah.
he's also going to be on the Nigerian team, and so another reason if they're on that you click on and check it out because he's going to be on Denver's summer league team. What can you tell me about him, Harrison?
Yeah, so he did make the next cut for Team Nigeria. They've got 15 guys left. I think they have to get that down to 12. So he could make it. He might get cut in this final round, but he's still on the team as of now. And Caleb Agada is an interesting prospect. He was the ultimate kind of late bloomer. He was virtually unknown among like NBA teams, a lot of scouts. He was virtually unknown, I think, this time last year, and had a big season in Israel. Averaged like 22 points per game, plays both ends of the floor, good defender as well. Really like top-notch character guy. And he had 43 against Maccabi Tel Aviv earlier this season. I think just in late April.
So he can score. I mean, 43 is a lot of points.
In like a European style game too. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So he can score, he can defend. He's a 6'5" guard. He's 26 years old. He's originally from Ottawa, Canada. And like I said, went undrafted, of course, in 2016, was an unknown and kind of broke out this last season in Israel. And now is coming to Summer League with the Nuggets.
The new Greg Whittington.
Yeah, so he's just the guy that we're definitely going to get excited about.
I'm so ready. Dude, I'm already excited. Just even
it's
hearing
Eric's favorite player now.
nothing makes me happier than a player full of potential.
Caleb Agada is also good. I'm not going to lie. Torrey Craig, okay, that's pretty good. Devon Purcell, even, like, okay, interesting name. Greg Whittington, not... That one doesn't sound like an NBA player. I think that was his downfall.
Greg Whittington sounds
downfall.
like an insurance agent.
It's 100%, which is what I hear he's doing now. Caleb Agada, though, that's a great name. It's a great basketball player name.
Yeah.
Caleb Agada.
Not going to lie, watching him gave me a little Gary Harris vibes.
Oh.
A little Gary Harris vibes.
Mr.
You said I'm going to tell you
Summer League?
something. The most depressing thing how you said that. Like it was a disappointment that he could be Gary Harris.
No, not a
Is that how he said it?
Maybe
Didn't
that's
you
just
hear
how
it?
we're hearing it.
That's how I know. He said
I
it.
felt that way
He
a
said,
little
not going to lie, Gary Harris vibes.
When you
Like,
said it that way, in my head, I just saw like a bricked floater.
oh,
you know?
man.
Unreal.
No.
Dude, the
I actually
slander.
saw 0 floaters in his highlight.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Zero
then I'm in.
floaters.
Then
Yeah.
I'm in.
Pretty
A lot of
athletic. Gary was so athletic,
Maybe like Gary Harris after a couple of the injuries in terms of athleticism. But Caleb Agada likes to get to the rim.
When he was bad.
He knows how to sell a guy. All right. Caleb Agada.
Likes to get
He's
to
like
the
an
rim.
Injured Gary Harris.
I don't think he's like an above the rim Gary Harris, but
It reminds me of a LeBron. If LeBron has
Does
one
he have a
arm
good-
and
Does he have a good jump shot? What's his game? Do you know?
he's not a elite 3-point shooter. I don't believe shot 33% from 3 this year. So more of a slasher, get to the rim type of guy.
They're not going to fit with Ben Simmons very well, but
Unreal. Unreal.
All right, well, I'm all in for Caleb Agada. I mean, do you have a sense at all, Harrison, from talking to people, the Summer League is interesting because you've got like your draft picks and your second-year guys.
Yeah.
And then you've got your future Torrey Craigs, right? We're going to bring in, maybe that's who he is. And then you've got like 4 or 5 guys that are just like, hey, we need warm bodies. This guy's been around. Is he? What do you know what category he falls into? Are they hopeful that he could be the next Torrey Craig?
I don't know for sure, but I think he's going to be more than a warm body.
Okay.
Because after I had heard that the Nuggets locked him in for Summer League, he has gone through a couple workouts with other teams. So, like, he's gone in for a couple of these other teams. I think the Kings maybe or the Jazz.
So he must have really stood out.
But for some, like, free agent mini camp type deal. So I think he's going to be more than a warm body. The Nuggets are going to have, like, an interesting Summer League team, I think. Zeke Naji will be there. Yeah, there's always interesting guys. And another thing that we've kind of talked about before that's continuing to happen, agents want to get guys on the Nuggets Summer League team. Because it's been proven that if you're on the Nuggets Summer League team, you play well, you're going to have a chance to get a contract elsewhere. Maybe not in Denver.
Yeah.
Because,
Denver.
In the past, they haven't had a G League team that you could necessarily go to. But now they do. But still, if you want to try to get a regular contract elsewhere, Kenrich Williams, Terrence Davis, there's a pathway that's been proven. If you go to Denver, play well on their Summer League team, you'll get noticed.
Man, Denver does have such a good record. I'm honestly now the stage that the Nuggets are in and what they need. I'm extra interested in these guys. So Caleb Agada is going to be a guy I'm going to really keep my eye on. Honestly, I'm excited for it. By the way, schedule's out now for the Olympics. We will. It's tough because the times are so difficult. Some games start I think as early as 10 or 8 Mountain Time. A lot of them are going to be like 5 a.m. So the ones I do think we get one really good matchup. I think it was Argentina Slovenia, and that was like a Wednesday or Thursday night. We'll certainly do something at the bar to try to get people in and watch. I mean, we'll be watching it here. We might even do a post game show since our guys are there. Facu and Vlatko. So we'll lean into all that stuff because it's gonna be a hell of a time. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, though, there's a couple more newsers I want to get to.
Let's go.
More newsers.
Let's get some boozies and listen to some newsers.
You want to get some Mile High City Copper Lager to go along with your news?
Hang on.
That's more of a boozer than a
Before you do the read, though, as we always do, a live update for the recorded podcast. So if you're hearing this tomorrow, Italy just took a 1-0 lead on 2:18 on Tuesday.
So you can cross-reference where you were when that happened and think about when we were recording.
Did we reference that the game was tied?
No.
So I guess now it's so Italy's up 1-0 for everyone.
Somebody on this panel does have a bet that both teams will score once, though.
What?
Is that you? Oh, wow.
Streets are saying.
So now I need Spain to get one here.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Anyways, make sure to pick up some Mile High City Copper Lager from Breck Brew. You know the Mile High City Copper Lager right now. It's in that Skyline Blue Nuggets can with the Nuggets logo on it. Great tasting beer for all occasions. Would have been great if you had it on July 4th.
I did, and it was.
If you're, at Wash Park, if you're in a backyard, maybe you're in a cul-de-sac.
I don't know if you're allowed to drink openly in a park like that, are you? I didn't do it.
Dude, it's 2021. Like, come on.
Okay.
I think that doesn't answer the question. I don't think.
So still no.
You're not allowed to drink openly at a park?
No.
Yeah, dude.
Guys, just because you've successfully done it many times.
Yeah.
You can't drink it
You're
at a
also not
park.
allowed to speed, even though I'm sure you did it on the way over here.
Yeah, you can't open container.
At a park? Dude, there's no way you're getting a ticket.
Eric chimes in with, there's no laws when you're drinking claws. There are still laes. That's just a rhyme.
Don't get me wrong. You guys are doing it right, but it's still illegal.
Yeah, that's like an unwritten rule.
No, it's written down.
I don't know. If anybody's got a drinking ticket at Wash Park, hit me up. You can get Mile High City Copper Lager at Breckbrew Farmhouse. You can get it at your local liquor store as well. Also at Strava Craft Coffee, you can get 25% off your first purchase when you use the code DNVR25.
Sorry.
Get it at StravaCraftCoffee.com. You get a Strava Craft Coffee subscription. Get coffee delivered to your doorstep every 2, 4, 6, or 8 weeks.
Not 7.
Not 7.
Well, not 3 or 5.
Yeah. Whatever
I haven't
you
even
prefer.
noticed that. It just goes even with
2, 4,
Only
6, or 8
even.
weeks.
Only even.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing.
You put that together.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I learn something new every day.
If you're a returning Strava Craft Coffee customer, you can get 20% off your CBD infused coffee every time with the code DNVR20. Get both those deals at StravaCraftCoffee.com.
All right, perfect. And we are back, and this is one of the exciting things. Well, actually, let me start with the downer news. I have some downer news,
God.
guys. I have
Got
some
all
downer
excited.
news. I did get
Dude, I
excited.
was
Well, I
feeling
want to
good.
pick you
Let's
up
get
after
it.
I kick you
All
down.
right, fair
So.
enough. I like that.
Shout out Ray-Ban, apparently open container legal in Virginia.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Shout out Virginia.
you go to Virginia Beach, it's just a mess. There's drunk people everywhere. Great time. though.
Wow.
Great time. I've been to Virginia Beach several times. That's why I say it. I know this firsthand. Bad news, guys.
Oh boy, what is it?
We are going to watch Peter Cornelie's French team in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are going to watch Vlatko Cancar's Slovenian team.
Oh,
We're going to
no, I know where
watch
this is going.
Caleb Agada's
Oh,
Nigerian team.
I'm gonna deck out for this.
Faku's Argentinian team.
Oh my god.
And I guess Kevin Durant's USA team.
Ugh.
But we will not watch
I like to think of it as Kevin
Jokic
Love's
listens
USA.
Serbia team because they have been eliminated. They did not win in Serbia. They did not win the qualifying tournament. I'm not gonna lie, man. When I saw this, man, I wasn't probably as depressed as I think the Serbs were, but it's a bummer, man.
not.
It's a bummer on multiple levels. Number one, like we root for Serbia; they're our brothers.
Sure.
But also, like, I feel like I worry that
sisters.
Yoke's going to take a little. Brothers and sisters. I feel like Yoke's going to take a little extra heat now from it. That was my first take.
Well, here's a thought. Is it like better that they go out this way, or like they fall just short of a gold medal and it's like, if only Jokic had shown up?
The second one, where they still get a medal, is better.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah.
All right, I tried. Going back to Oahu. in my
Yeah,
mind.
right. Yeah, Miroslav himself said that they were, in their minds, they were battling for the silver, because
Right.
the U.S. has it all but wrapped up in their minds. Now, this is a total bummer. This is not at all what we wanted to see. This is absolutely going to reverberate into Jokic's world. I hate to see this. Bogdanovic also not playing because he was too busy losing with the Hawks. Man, I like to, dude. Serbia is a proud nation of basketball fans, and they obviously have some of the greatest players in the world. It's a major bummer to not see them in it.
You guys know who the real enemy is? It's not Jokic. I know Serbs want us to believe that. It's not Jokic.
It's Italy.
No, it's not them either.
It's FIBA.
It's FIBA.
Yeah.
How the hell do you have these? First of all, the qualifying is so dumb. Like, there's some bad teams that are in, and you're just like, how are
Yeah.
these teams? Lithuania's not in. It would clearly be a better tournament if Lithuania was in. It's a bummer. Honestly,
They got to expand the field.
They got to expand the field.
How many teams are in it? 16?
Something. Yeah, I think 16 4 pools. I think.
Like, no Serbia, no Lithuania with Sabonis and
No Canada.
Valanciunas. Yeah,
No Canada, which again could have fielded a
Like,
really
for
good
how
team.
big of a sport and how many stars are in basketball, there needs to be more teams.
We want people to care about FIBA. This is the thing. Like, I know, like, we have our own American exceptionalism that we view international basketball through, and we're also, I think, right about this. But also, like, FIBA needs to. FIBA also could do things to make it like more enticing. It feels like such a gimmick that
I'm sorry,
you
there
had
are
to
only
qualify
12
without your
teams.
guys.
Yeah, there's only 12 teams.
That's
Should 12.
embarrassing, man. That's
stupid.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
for FIBA.
that feels like they're like, oh right, we have to do basketball. Let's
Japan
see,
is in there as a host country, which like
It's
they're just
stupid.
gonna get absolutely
Yeah,
curb stomped.
Rui Hachimura just shooting it every time.
So it's a bummer, man. So anyway, I'm pretty bummed out. You don't seem to care one way or another.
No, I mean, that's a bummer. We always want our brothers and sisters to win.
He's just eating a cheeseburger in paradise right now in his mind.
Yeah, I'm just less sad than they are about it for a lot of reasons. But like, I feel
Serbia
bad
also
for
had
them.
some bad luck. I think Micic got hurt.
Yeah,
The MVP of the
yeah.
EuroLeague.
They didn't have any of their guys. Imagine if U.S.
Yeah.
didn't qualify, like, which is possible. If U.S. just didn't qualify, and it was like Isaiah Thomas didn't get it done. We're like, wait, that was our
Boban,
representative?
who had looked like Wilt Chamberlain, got like played off the court at the beginning of that game. It was rough.
Man.
It was rough.
Who did advance though because of said win over the Lithuanian team is our golden boy Vlatko Cancar.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I have to be honest with you guys. I gave the soft sell on Friday.
Uh-oh.
I gave the soft sell on Friday. I came in here
Here
and I
it
said, you
comes.
know what? Are we sure Vlatko can't play? Can't do this or that? 2 games in a row, he looked fantastic. And especially if you watch, as I did, that second game against Lithuania, Vlatko was incredible. Now, look, I know it's international competition. I know, like, whatever, okay? he looked incredible. Not only knocking down, he was like Luka's running mate. It really was a two-headed monster with those two guys. And I'm telling you, he knocked down threes. He made all the right cuts, all the right plays on the offense end to be in the right spot. And he was doing this hobbled, by the way, but also his defense. Like, he just makes such great. He almost reminded me of a 6'9" Facu out there with how quickly he was reacting defensively.
So let me ask you this. This is different than from the hard sell of Vlatko you were doing
I gave
earlier
a soft
in the
sell.
season.
Oh, I gave a hard sell for Vlatko?
I just felt like it seemed like he was slotted as we know what he is and it's not great.
Oh, yeah.
And so obviously
Yeah.
he played very, very well, but it's international. Like, this is enough for you to really swing this?
No. It's a good question. No, honestly, even watching him throughout remember when he was forced to play, he held his own. Denver didn't go backwards. They held their own with him. And here's my thing. I don't think Vlatko's a great player, and I don't know what he's going to be in the playoffs. I don't know that he has this ton of upside, but I just don't know that I worry about him. Like, if he played, I think Denver's okay. And we talk about where do you spend your resources if you're trying to build a roster. Maybe you spend them elsewhere. You got Zeke Naji. You're probably going to have JaMychal Green. And if Vlatko is your other forward there, and then, of course, Jokic. If that's your front court rotation, is that really that bad?
No, it's not. It's definitely not bad. I would describe that as serviceable.
I think it's above serviceable. I think it's
Really?
good. Well, first of all, Jokic is the MVP, so that's
Yes.
elite. I think that JaMychal Green and Zeke Naji both are guys that can be par or better given,
Agreed.
whatever at their role. And then Vlatko, I don't know. What do you need him to do? You need him to rebound. You need him to make defensive rotations. You need him to space the court. I think he can do all of those. And also, there is a thing about sometimes you just need your fifth guy to be a smart player. Doesn't have to be a good player. He just has to be a smart player so he's not in the way of other guys and he's screening for the other guys doing this. I think Vlatko is that guy. Watching him on the Slovenian team, he's hyper athletic. Do we have the dunk, Kale? Can you pull up the Vlatko dunk? It's incredible.
First of all, this transition defense is
looks like
something to
it's very
behold.
bad
He looks
transition
like
defense.
a young Taylor Horton Tucker, doesn't he?
Oh, Jesus. You just ruined him. You ruined Vlatko for me. Vlatko is ruined.
I also think something we forget is
Look at this. Look at
here's
this.
the dunk right here.
Oh my goodness! Watch it in the slow mo on the other angle here. I can't see. I can't. You don't need this. You don't need the volume or anything. Is this it? Look at him, just soar,
Yeah,
guy.
let's just let this run for a
Absolute
couple
unit,
minutes.
by the way. Look at him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
I think something we forget a lot when talking about second units in Denver is just how bad some bench units are around the league.
Sure.
Like, a lot of teams don't even have what the Nuggets have off the bench. Like, you think about a team like Portland. Like, they were playing Harry Giles off the bench. As one of their backup bigs for a lot of.
You know how much better he is than Harry Giles?
You think about Minnesota. They're playing Jared Vanderbilt.
Right.
15, 20 minutes off the bench all year. Like, Vlatko can hang with those guys.
And I also just think Vlatko's one of those guys. You can mute it there. I think he's one of those guys that looks good. All right, hold up. Nope, keep it on there because I'm going to tell you. You thought the highlight was good, but remember when Monte was dating Amber Rose and we're like, man, that guy must have some confidence?
Yeah.
Scroll down so we can see Vlatko's post-game outfit.
Right.
You want to talk about a post-game fit?
This man is just walking around the arena in underwear.
In underwear. He went to the podium and gave his post-game interview wearing that.
He's a freaking
underwear.
He's a freaking Manscaped dad. Look at that.
He is a Manscaped
I think
dad.
those are the Manscaped boxers. No. They look like him.
They do kind of look like him. He almost looks like Hank Henry Chisholm or Wes. Like
You're giving
if-
Hank way too
I'm
much
saying
credit.
if he got buffed, like Chisel, that's Henry Chiseled right here.
That's RK.
If Hank was to get like hyper
that
buff,
together.
You know what I'm actually most impressed by in this clip is the guy that is bold enough to solicit him for an autograph in his skivvies.
Right.
Would you get an interview?
No, I would just be like, I'll wait.
I'll wait
then-
till you get more.
Hey,
close
Allen
on.
Iverson, you think you can put some pants on? I have something to ask you.
Oh, I'm all in on Vlatko, man. Are you with me at all at this, Harrison?
I famously said that nothing could change my opinion on Vlatko. I'm coming around.
What?
I'm coming around.
Was it
Vlatko's
was it that-
rotation.
Was it dunk or the
I guess
underwear?
I'm naked for tonight.
Yeah, it was it was just how sculpted he looks.
It turns out,
in
really,
the middle of the summer.
I got to shout out
sex sells. That's what we're learning here.
commenter Connor, who about 5 minutes ago said, waiting on Harrison to backtrack on Vlatko.
Oh,
not making
hell
it
yeah! Bring it up, Connor. Hell yeah!
I mean, if there's somebody I'm going to backtrack on, it's Vlatko. But do you know what Vlatko's shooting from three or what he shot from three in the qualifiers?
Talk to us.
9 of 16.
baby.
9 of
I'm
16
telling you,
from
that's a
three in
shorter
the
three by
qualifier.
a little bit. But you know, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Different shot.
Talk to me, man.
Doesn't matter, but I know what you mean. I know what you
Does
mean.
matter a little bit. I honestly think he's good. Like Luka seems to love playing with him. Him and Luka. I'm a little worried about him being too close to Luka. Is he gonna go to Dallas? Is he gonna leave us?
That cut from the Vlatko pull-up bailout jumper to Luka fist pumping off the bench.
Oh,
in my veins.
First of all, I am like sold on Vlatko as a guy that can cut and rebound and make rotations and space the floor like this stuff. You know what? But he did in that game was, as you mentioned, bail out 3-point, like off the dribble, shimmy, shake, fall away, like Chris Paul-esque elbow
Dude,
jumper.
you know what's going to be amazing next year is when we get to see Adam Matters' hand-picked Nuggets team. That is Lonzo Ball.
Oh, it's going to be the best.
Nikola Jokic.
Ben Simmons.
Vlatko Cancar. Ben Simmons.
All the good
Caleb
players.
Agada. Now, the worst part about Serbia not making the Olympics isn't that Jokic isn't playing. It's that Vlatko could buddy up to Luka even more in the Olympic Village, where he would just maybe be hanging out with Nikola.
Oh my God! Think about the stories you hear about the Olympic Village.
Yeah.
And then you look at like that walking around.
Oh my God, that's what he's practicing.
Vlatko might be too tired to
There's
play.
going to be legendary stories about nights that Luka Doncic and Vlatko had in the Olympic Village that some people may never hear. But
Male
there'll be
form corner is
rumors.
going to ruin the show.
Yeah.
Just slaying.
Dude,
Yeah. If you could be embedded in the Olympic Village with the Slovenian national,
To be a fly on
you
the
could write a New York Times bestseller.
the world is going to be proliferated with little Vlatkos.
I
dude.
freaking love Vlatko,
Little
man. I'm
Vlatkos.
serious, though. I really do. I'm so curious to see if he gets an opportunity. I was also wondering this. Just what was the point of adding Vlatko to the team? You know, he's been on the team for 2 years, and he's got another year, right, with his deal. So was the point for him to develop into being a rotation piece? I have to think it was. And if not, and if so, wouldn't that mean that now you're ready to trust him to kind of step up into that role?
I don't think that there's like a logic to this. It's like he looks good and he'll get a chance like he does every year. And like I think that they think of him as a basketball player that gets to play with the Nuggets. And if he looks like one of the better Nuggets, and he'll
I
get to play.
honestly think they think of him of how we have thought of him as a guy that you trust, that you feel okay about.
Totally.
It's funny if you think about a guy like PJ Tucker who can't dribble. He can't. Like, there's so many skills he just doesn't have, but he's great at the 3 or 4 things that he needs to be. And I think Vlatko can be one of those guys. It's like, can you knock down your 3-point shots at a 40% rate? Maybe.
Sure.
I mean, it looks like he's a worker and he's been on it. Can you not make mistakes? Can you rotate on? He can do all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the definition of a role player, right? Like he has a role that he needs to play. He doesn't need to be the all-around do everything guy. Like if his role is like knock down threes, be big around the rim.
And we even talk about Aaron Gordon and how he can be underwhelming, but part of that is because his role is to be underwhelming on this team. Like
we got to find an underwhelming guy.
well, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, like
one thing missing from this squad.
some of Aaron Gordon's talents might be wasted on the Nuggets, but with Vlatko, you know, he's good at what he needs.
We've also talked about Denver's on this timeline now of like filling up your rotation becomes more difficult, and coachable, affordable players are a big part of that. And that look, he's affordable is a big part of it for Vlatko too.
Oh, for sure.
That's
So
a guy
affordable.
that in a pinch you can put him in the rotation. Maybe you look at him as the back end of the rotation when the cap sheet gets thornier, but you're not like him. He doesn't just like he doesn't waste a roster spot. You know what I mean? That's like a cheap flyer that's worth it, I think.
And are we going to be bidding against like the producers of Baywatch or something after they see this
Oh,
clip?
man,
like,
they
did his
might be.
price just go up?
That's true. They might have. Some other news that we move it along. I like Vlatko. I'm all in. I'm Team Vlatko. Some other news I have here. 6 preseason games for the Los Angeles Lakers next year. I was just alerted to this. 6 preseason games.
So dope.
Can I offer a take that I love it?
The worst take ever here. All right, you love the extra preseason.
No, here's my take. It's not like Nikola Jokic is going to play in many of those 6. He's going to play in 1, maybe 2,
Yeah, this is
which
like
which is the same amount he would play in if there were 2 or 3 preseason games.
Yeah, that's true.
What we're going to see in 6
Summer
games
league,
is a lot of Vlatko Cancar.
Yeah, that's
Is a
true.
lot of maybe Caleb Agada. This is tailor-made for us, I feel. This is tailor-made for us to get excited
This is
about the end of the Nuggets bench.
This is nerd stuff. For
yeah,
sure.
this is I love it. I love it.
It's not tailor made for Michael Malone, who I'm sure is like has no interest in playing, end of bench guys.
Jordy Fernandez. Let him take it.
You think Malone just takes the week off?
I would.
That'd be pretty dope.
Let me know
That'd
how
be
it-
such a ball.
How'd
That would be a
Vlatko
boss
look?
move.
Is he good? Or
Yeah, just tell me. Don't have to show me any highlights. Just thumbs up, thumbs down. Anyway, 6 preseason games to me. I'm not like Harrison.
It's absurd, but I'm okay with it.
Especially when you think like summer league is in 3 weeks, and then like we have the draft. Actually, draft in 3 weeks, then summer league, and then there's like 4 weeks off, and then it'll be preseason.
Then an 82 game season.
Right. So why not less games further back in the preseason? It's so dumb to me.
You would think.
All this stuff is coming up. We were looking at the schedule over the weekend, talking about some timing on some stuff, and
Fewer
it's like,
games.
man, the draft is really coming up quick, and then it's summer league.
I mean, it really feels like we're in the deepest, darkest hole of sports right now because we're left with the freaking Rockies and Rockies alone.
I had fun with the Rockies this weekend. I'm not
Also,
gonna lie,
the
man.
Euros 1-0 Italy. By the way,
Yeah, still,
78%.
set your future clock. We're at the 78-minute mark. In this
I had fun with the Rockies this weekend, man.
Yeah, they won. It was cool, but like when they're not going to do anything meaningful.
Oh, I have
It's already too late
I
for
have
them.
a Rockies related wind chime to drop.
What?
real
Oh,
quick.
this is gonna be weird.
Will Barton, I was told, is playing in the All-Star Celebrity Game
What?
for All-Star Weekend here at Coors Field.
Hell yeah!
That's the
Which-
coolest shit I've ever heard
which-
in my life.
Could be looked at as potentially a good sign that
Oh man,
He's around
Please come back
Denver.
through. I've like counted him just leaving Denver, but if he actually comes back,
Or that
He
he's
could.
just gonna hang out like Drake will be there, and he'll
I know.
signing a
dude,
clutch
I'll bet
somehow.
you he's terrible at baseball.
I was gonna say, like, I was trying to imagine. You think he played as a child?
I think I remember him. Yes, because I think when I did my big interview with him years back, he talked about it. Every sport they would just.
Oh, Harrison just won money.
there we go, baby. That was a lock.
It's 1-1.
1-1 now. Set your clocks.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
Another 2 more little items to note here,
There
and then
we
we'll take
go.
a break before we do our finals preview. But one of them, Ben Simmons, guys, you know my guy,
Oh
Ben
my
Simmons.
God. Is this the Ben Simmons?
Apparently, he has a
podcast?
brother. I would have never guessed his name's Liam.
Liam Simmons.
Liam Simmons.
Liam
which
and
is,
Ben.
That
those
feels
two,
more
Liam and
appropriate for
Simmons together
Australia.
is tough to say. Liam Simmons.
Liam Simmons.
You're right.
Yeah, it's a hard one. So
is
very,
weird.
this is a bad naming.
Maybe they call him Lee. Lee Simmons.
So he has apparently been liking some tweets. One of them says,
God.
"People killing Ben Simmons on this app, but don't recognize that the team's star player and coach haven't backed him in the postseason press conference. How can a guy have confidence in his game with that bullshit happening? His brother likes it." You got another one that says, "You don't want to play with this guy," meaning Joel Embiid, and it was a quote tweet of Joel Embiid's post-game press conference. "You don't want to play with this guy. He ain't team." Liam Simmons likes this one.
Holy
And then we
smokes.
have a Instagram post with somebody like talking about how bad Embiid's leadership is. He likes that one as well. Guys, I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm always right. I'm trying to tell you guys about this.
And you know
Tell
what?
us
You
we
never
know.
tell us that
I
either.
never bring this up, but I'm going to bring it up this time. I'm right about the no. The motivation for Ben Simmons is if he were to come to Denver, he's got to hate Philly. He's got to hate it. That's the best revenge. Get him back.
You buried the lead about Liam Simmons, though. He's the head coach at Colorado Christian University.
Christian. He's had an up close look at
Where's
Jokic.
that tinfoil hat? Where we at?
Ben Simmons' brother, who was formerly his shooting coach for a year in Philly, is the head coach at
Not
a
a great- not a
university
ringing endorsement.
in Colorado.
Not a ringing endorsement for his coaching abilities, I have to say. That he was Ben Simmons' shooting coach.
Yeah, not one you want on your
It
resume.
was his idea for Ben to use the wrong shooting hand.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we don't have to keep going into it because we've already spent a lot of time on it. I'm just saying file this away in your what's going to motivate him a change of scenery.
Dude,
yeah, getting back at them.
I can't wait till I'm famous enough to where the things my family members like on
so
social
true.
media become a
It's so
news
true.
story.
It's so true. And lastly, Wes Unseld Jr. now finalist in 2. We reported last week he was a finalist for the Orlando Magic job. He's now a finalist for the Washington Wizards job. It's feeling, although it's not inevitable, but it's feeling increasingly likely that Wes is going to be snatched and taken away. But I wanted to ask this one. I'll start with you, Vogt. You're Wes Unseld Jr. You get your pick. Washington wants you. Orlando wants you. Which one are you taking? Same money.
I think this is a tough question because on one hand, you could walk into Washington and go, all right, that last year was fun. Now, how do I navigate the twilight of Russell Westbrook on a contract and Bradley Beal potentially not being on the move, although we talk about that every year. On the flip side, you might say there are some appealing prospects in Orlando, but then you really examine the prospects, and they're all guys who like used to be appealing 2-3 years ago. So I don't know.
RJ
guys.
Hampton's still appealing. Jonathan Isaac's still very appealing.
RJ Hampton's
He's just
the
hurt all
one.
time.
I think I'm going to go Orlando, but
Okay.
I don't. This wasn't easy for me.
Yeah, they're also going to get a really high draft pick.
That's right. Scotty
It's
Barnes.
not that high. I think it's 8.
It's 5.
Oh, it's 5.
And 5 and 8, I believe.
They're just gonna
it's
get.
5, but
they're gonna
4
get
is-
Scotty
wait,
Barnes.
do they
I
have two?
that's an absolute lock. They're just gonna get Scotty Barnes.
So what are you thinking?
Orlando, as noted, is the most confusing but most definitive NBA Siberia because
What?
players because it's
Very
so
warm.
hot. It's so hot there. Siberia is terrible because it's one of the coldest places on Earth, so you get shipped off. NBA Siberia is in one of the warmest places in the country. Very confusing.
It wouldn't be bad to live in Orlando for
It would
winter.
not be bad to live in Orlando. I feel like there's a lot more young prospects, but I also feel like the league in general just is so far out on Orlando as a concept of a basketball team that you'll never get any attention if that's what you're after. So for that reason, like I probably would take the Washington job. Like just if you want to raise your NBA profile.
If your dad was a legend in Washington, as Wes Unseld was, would you make you more inclined to want to go there or less inclined?
More
because he's going to have some job security in Washington just because of his name.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
It's a great point.
But that being said, the Washington job is kind of scary.
It's terrible. Both these jobs
It's
are
terrifying because you've got to coach Russell Westbrook, who
it's a
had
nightmare.
come out and had been so supportive of Scott Brooks. Like Russell Westbrook loved Scott Brooks.
Right.
He was like, we need to bring Scott Brooks back. And then they fired him a couple weeks later. So you don't know how Russell Westbrook's going to be. Yes, Brad Beal has said he wants to be there. I mean, I think we all know there's an expiration on those comments. That's probably coming up soon.
Oh man.
And then you're like saddled with this Davis Bertans contract, and I don't know. The management in Washington is kind of iffy. There's just a lot less pressure in Orlando, I feel like.
That's why I think Orlando might be my pick if I
Me
were
too.
there, because I do think you have a runway. Like, what's their expectation next year? To be the 8th seed at best?
Yeah.
All right, so you might get 2-3 years to say, hey, we have a long-term vision. RJ Hampton's our guy, but he's not ready, but we're going to play him like he's ready. You just get that. So I think I would take Orlando.
I would too. But with Orlando, you worry, like in 2 years, are you just going to get fired and they're just going to do the same
Right
thing
when they're
over
ready,
again?
yeah, maybe.
They're going to get a new crop of prospects in there and they'll just fire the coach again.
It's funny, man. I root for Chris Finch. I root for Arturis. I root for Wes Unseld.
Sure.
Like, I just
Wes
part of the
Unseld,
family.
man. If Wes Unseld is the nicest guy.
Yeah, he really is.
Literally
He's super
the
nice, man.
nicest guy I might have met of NBA coaches.
He's super down
so
to earth,
freaking
very
nice.
like relatable. Like
Yeah.
he's all those
So
things, man.
nice.
Like I want him to get a job so much more than I want him to stay and help the Denver Nuggets. The latter would be great, but like not that I have a relationship with him, but just everything you hear about him. This guy's due. It's time for him to get his shot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our last break. On the other side, it's time for the NBA Finals, which begin tonight. We're going to preview that, and we might even invite a guest judge, Judge D-Line. But first,
Right now, guys, we are sponsored by Ball. We are now sponsored by Ball
There we
across all the DNVR network. Ball as in the new Ball Arena that the Denver Nuggets play in. Also as in the Aerospace Technology Company. Also as in the world's largest aluminum can and packaging manufacturer.
Wow.
And like this is something I didn't know about Ball. I always thought of them as the aluminum can and packaging manufacturer. They've also been a leader in global sustainability efforts for decades. They're trying to make this planet a better place. It's pretty cool.
I'm on
That is
board
cool,
with
man.
that one.
Yeah. In 2018-2019, Ball Aerospace developed image surveillance systems to observe natural resources from space and methane, ozone, even land and water use. So they're doing a lot of good for this planet as well. And of course, they are the manufacturer that makes those 8, 12, and 16-ounce can sizes for all kinds of liquids. That's how most people know them. But in their Golden plant, they're looking for people to work there. You can check out #WorkAtBall to see what job listings they have. You can text Golden to 77222 or go to jobs.ball.com and search for Golden. They're looking for really bright, skilled workers. So if you want to work for a really good company who is trying to do some good in this world, check out Ball. Again, text Golden to 77222 or go to jobs.ball.com to see what jobs they have open in Golden. And also at Manscaped, great time to get on board on Manscaped. Of course, you can get that Lawnmower 4.0 with all the upgraded packages from the Lawnmower 3.0, the 4000K LED spotlight, the wireless charging,
Sure.
the different blade length sizes 1 through 4.
Unreal.
So a ton of great benefits. to the Lawnmower 4.0, and you can get it for 20% off plus free shipping with the code DNVR. You can get that at manscaped.com. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code DNVR at manscaped.com. An essential item for the summer. Lawnmower 4.0.
Unbelievable. Vlatko all the way. Oh, by the way, if you want to look like Vlatko, which you most assuredly will if you buy that Lawnmower 4.0.
So true.
Yeah, I mean, something had to happen to that happy trail.
I am certain that he uses the Lawnmower 4.0. I've never been more certain of anything.
There's no way that guy's on a 3.0. Right. I mean, come on.
He's definitely upgraded. Also, at Green Mountain Dental, when you schedule a cleaning, x-ray, and exam, they're going to hook you up with a free Sonicare toothbrush.
That's so much money,
line,
by the way.
Electric toothbrush. A Sonicare?
Finally Googled it. It's just that's one of the best deals we offer.
I've been telling everybody, it's a top-of-the-line electric toothbrush. I've been saying this for years. Top of the line.
He has.
Yeah. One of the best values that you can get from any of our sponsors. All you got to do is schedule a cleaning, x-ray, and exam. Stop into Green Mountain Dental Group. Get a free Sonicare toothbrush. A lot of us go there to get our teeth cleaned, get cavities pulled, or wisdom teeth yanked out. Get a free Sonicare toothbrush from Green Mountain Dental Group. They're located in Lakewood, 15 minutes from downtown Denver when you schedule a cleaning, x-ray, and exam.
All right, Kale, bring up the graphic here. Let's bring in our judge. Dun dun dun. Dun, dun, dun.
I love
tonight.
I never feel more confident walking into court than when my judge just looks like he ripped a blunt like 5 minutes
He definitely
prior.
looks like he ripped a blunt. Tonight, guys, the NBA Finals begin. And soon enough, a new champion will be crowned in the NBA as the record books will be written in stone with a winner. I was trying to fill time before he got his costume
I can't look at him.
Why? What are you talking about? Can't you look at me more easily now that my legs are no longer exposed?
That's the point. Yeah. Just look down.
And I'll give the floor to you. We have to determine who is the worthy of our own DNVR support.
I see. Well, you're saying that the barrister, the judge himself, is presenting the case?
That's correct.
All right. Well,
you have to introduce your plaintiff and
understood. All right, everyone. Well, here we are in the court of. I guess DNBA opinion, where we need to find out. The NBA Finals are starting this week, tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Tonight, if you aren't mistaken.
And we have our two lawyers
on the latest over
coming
here
to present the case of who we, the greater Denver Nuggets, I guess, family, should be cheering for. Personally, I have no idea. So I'd like to start off with Brendan Vogt. Brendan Vogt, what say you? Who should we be cheering for when it comes to these NBA Finals?
So look, there are two non-premier, non-glamour markets, I think, in play here. But Milwaukee, I think, more so in that camp than Phoenix. Giannis just signed that extension. Mm-hmm. This is just, as fans of Jokic, as fans of non-glamour teams doing it the draft and develop way, we want to see this work. And then you look at the individuals. Drew Holiday, easy guy to root for. Giannis, easy guy to root for. Bud, easy guy to laugh at the faces he makes. But that all adds up to something. And I just think from a Denver perspective, kind of like Eastern Conference brethren over there, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Quick follow-up. I know that I'm not really, this is not my role as the judge. Aren't the Phoenix Suns sort of in the same mold?
Definitely. And that's why this is a tough one. But look, one traded for, a superstar, albeit an aging one. And I just think the other one, like Milwaukee, I think it's going to be harder, even with success, it's going to be harder to appeal to future free agents. So we want to see teams like that succeed.
All right, the court has heard your argument.
I'm going to be honest. I think both fit that bill, but okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The court has heard your very, very flimsy argument. I'd like to now give the floor to the opposing side. Harrison, please, what say you?
Well, Judge, could you remind me who the Nuggets lost to in the playoffs last season?
Well, if memory serves, last season or the one that just ended?
He's going to have to really go back in memory for last season.
2 seasons ago, sorry.
2 seasons ago.
In the bubble.
In the bubble. They lost to the Los Angeles Lakers.
And what did the Los Angeles Lakers go on to do?
They went on to win the NBA championship.
Objection,
the Mickey
you're
Mouse
leading
ring.
the judge.
Judge, who did the Nuggets lose to just a couple months ago in the playoffs?
I believe it was the Phoenix Suns in 4, if I'm not mistaken.
The Nuggets, if the Phoenix Suns go on to win the championship, would have lost to the eventual NBA champion in back-to-back playoffs.
Wow.
There's no other team that you'd rather lose to in the playoffs than the subsequent NBA champion.
It's a great point.
You would never
Just an honor to
rather
lose to you
get beat
guys.
by anybody than the best. So if Nikola Jokic and the Jokic era Nuggets in 2 out of their 3 trips to the playoffs
Came in second effectively.
can lose to the eventual NBA champion, that's the best outcome possible. Am I right?
Interesting.
I rest my case.
Wow. Do you have any?
I feel like he rested it like a touch premature. He
Yeah,
felt like
that's
he
pretty
just
early.
made it.
That's pretty early. That's
I
just one
was
point.
still coming
he only
around.
made 1 point.
Yeah.
There's more.
I only
evidence.
needed to make that one
All right.
point, to be honest.
Look, do you guys want Jokic to be in Denver his whole career?
Oh, I do.
There needs to be precedent for stuff like that. I want to see Giannis stay in Milwaukee. I want to see him win, and I want to see more players in that position feel less pressure to do what Anthony Davis did.
Wow.
I'm just going to throw AD in there because I know everyone hates him. And I think that
Did
hates
get my blood
case.
boil. That
Yeah.
really worked.
Wow.
Wow.
And your case is already rested.
I might have rested it a little prematurely. Yeah. Rookie mistake.
Can I make an argument as the judge?
When you give your ruling, you can
All
explain.
right. Let's see.
Unsighted evidence.
All right. Well, I'm not going to lie. The better argument clearly given by Harrison win. However, that's not the only thing taken into account. Obviously, we have to consider the judge's own personal feelings on the matter.
We must.
As in any court.
As is any court.
And in this particular court case, the judge finds in favor of himself. D-line, we're going with the Milwaukee Bucks because I cannot stand the Suns. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, I don't.
Bucks in 4.
Bucks in 4. Bucks in 4. The persona of the Phoenix Suns, although I used to find them very lovable, I now find them to be insufferable. The Suns in 4 guy is now selling autographed basketballs that I saw him online.
Man, I'm telling you guys.
The
I'm
guy's
for
a
it, man.
capitalist.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Knows how to take advantage of
when
his
you
brands.
get your 15 minutes, you make as much money as you can.
Yeah.
We're
Here's the
nobody's
thing.
even going to remember this guy.
Fine,
like-
whatever. I don't want them to prosper. I don't care about them. I'd like Milwaukee to prosper. Milwaukee is the city that was under attack by the.
Wow, where are we going here?
Well, let me finish talking. You'll find out. They were under attack by the blowhards at ESPN for being a terrible city. They didn't want to travel there because the NBA Finals,
like, I missed
they'd have
this
to actually
news.
be in Milwaukee to be rubbing elbows with the Milwaukeeans. I
That is true.
empathize
That's
with
a great
the people
point.
of Milwaukee. Phoenix, I find to be very soulless. They're just LA West, LA East, and I want no part of it. I don't like them after the series. Obviously, it's clouding my vision. I don't care. I'm the judge. I'm finding in favor of Brendan Vogt, even though his argument was much less compelling.
It's currently 109 degrees in Phoenix, and it's also 109 every single day. There's no change in temperature. The high and low is the exact same every single day.
Yeah.
This sounds like a literal hell.
It does sound like a little. I really wanted to cheer for the Phoenix Suns, but also I feel like they are our closest parallel in these that's left in a lot of ways. I mean, they added Chris Paul. It's funny because
Brian Blackburn made a great case that the Bucks are actually the Nuggets of the future. That they're like 2 years ahead
because
of
they've
Denver.
got the MVP.
Correct.
They've got, I guess, Chris Middleton is our Jamal Murray. They've got a
maybe.
decent running mate.
It wasn't the best sort of comparison, but there were some, some minor ones. I will say both teams I think have likable players. I think the Bucks, their top 2 guys, Drew Holiday and Giannis Antetokounmpo, 2 of the most likable non-Nuggets players there are. Like, I mean, everybody loves those 2 guys. I would be happy for them. I'd be
know.
happy for the Suns too.
I have a difficult time cheering for Chris Paul in any capacity at this point because he's proven himself to be so loathsome during this run. He should be somebody that we're all cheering for because it's like you want the culmination. You want the life lived right to result in the right response or the right result. But with him, it feels dirty.
With Chris Paul, he's the one guy if Phoenix wins that I won't feel great for. I mean, Monty Williams feel fantastic.
Yeah. And you know Chris Paul is going to just be pulling his bullshit all finals.
Oh.
Like, he's just been
totally
waiting
going
for
to.
this, man. He's going to get all the cheap fouls.
Dude.
He's going to like back up into Brook Lopez on a
He's-
fast break 3 times per game.
Purposefully, he himself will break the air conditioning in the visitor locker
and then
room.
he's going to just murder the Bucks in the pick and roll in the 4th quarter. That's what he's going to do.
Bucks in 3.
Bucks in 3. Well, so then now to preview this one, I mean, who do you honestly think will win this series? I'll start with you, Vogt.
I'll lean Suns, especially with Giannis' status up in the air. I mean, I suppose that's the easy take, but that's because look, it's the easiest differentiator right now, right? Milwaukee. I don't want to hate. It's been an uninspiring run. Like, I don't know, maybe just aesthetically, it's just felt like they're surviving these series. They should not apologize for that. Go ahead and try to win the title. It's just, it hasn't always looked like a well-oiled machine, like a team that's inspiring. Like, if, you know what, they're up against another healthy team that's playing well. How does Milwaukee respond? I just think Phoenix is functioning as a healthier unit right now, and Giannis' injury status.
But you could make the argument for Phoenix that they've not played a healthy team because
played
they
a
actually
healthy-
have. It's not even an argument.
It's not. Yeah, you can just point it. You can point it out.
Yeah, but they're also still not, though. So that's part of it.
Yeah, this really, I mean, truly, this comes down to Giannis, right? It has to come down to Giannis. I really think that the way that I've played this out in my head, that the matchups are such that, like, you look at Drew and Chris Paul, that seems like at least those two are on equal footing. You look at probably DeAndre Ayton and Giannis are like not that dissimilar in their body, like the way that they're built. I mean, they're just like big, tall athletic guys that'll be at the rim. You look at Chris Middleton, probably matched up with Devin Booker, potentially. I'm not sure exactly how it'll break down, but you can kind of see like, all right, that matches up, that matches up, that matches up. I don't know if Phoenix has an answer for, as strange as it to say, to Brook Lopez, who went off in one of these games against the Hawks. I don't know, man. I can see the Bucks pulling this off, although I would not at all be surprised if the loathsome Suns pull it off.
So you're taking Bucks.
I'm
You're
taking
taking
the
Suns.
Suns. I'm taking the Suns. I kind of want to take the Suns in 5 because I just have a hard time seeing Giannis being really effective coming off this injury. I just really do. I have a tough time seeing it. And the Suns, this has like no basketball analysis with it, but they just seem like the team of destiny this year to me.
They kind of do seem like
they
the team
really
of destiny.
just do. And,
Especially if Giannis is hurt and ends up missing like 2 games. It's like, wow, you didn't have to play any teams.
Yeah. So I'm taking Suns in 5. My one concern about Phoenix is Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, the role players. They looked a little skittish at times against the Clippers. And in the finals, the lights are super bright. I don't know if I think those guys are going to have big series. So the Suns role players scare me a little bit, but I'm rolling with the Suns big
See what
three.
Sean Ingram says? D-line has low-key been on fire with his picks lately.
Is this true?
You're also just like sitting in a judge costume.
Yeah, you have a lot of
you know what's funny is
right now.
I'd almost forgotten. This
I know.
this feels
Well,
right.
So natural.
Pull back the curtain. Producer Aaron just got to work. First thing he saw was Eric. Just shakes his head.
I'm going Suns in 5. I actually made a bet on DraftKings. Suns in 5. I got great
me and
odds.
you
It was
on the same page.
plus 400, so I'm going to win.
This
ton
makes
of
you
money.
feel the when you're able to bet against most people, you're usually right. This makes you feel great that you guys are all on the Suns.
Oh yeah, you will get to stunt on us if the Bucks
I will
win.
stunt on these hoes.
Suns in 4 plus 800 on DraftKings. Suns in 4. I don't think a sweep's going to happen. I'd be surprised.
Milwaukee will get game
Easily.
3.
Yeah, I think so too. Honestly, Milwaukee can win this. I don't think this is like a no-brainer by any means. I just think it favors Suns primarily because of Giannis' injury.
I mean, truly, this comes down to Giannis.
Yeah.
Like healthy Giannis. Like it's one of these things. Like I am not a big believer in teams that are primarily formed around jump shooting when it comes to big pressure situations, particularly if you're talking about.
I wouldn't classify Phoenix that way.
They're more so than the Milwaukee Bucks are. I mean,
Yeah.
when
Just
the
'cause
chips
they
are
can
down,
shoot.
but when the chips are down and you're going with the guy that can just jam it into the basket, like I like that better than the guy that's going to shoot from the outside.
The Bucks defending Chris Paul's pick and roll, how far the bigs drop if they do, and how that was a nightmare for Denver and how well Milwaukee's prepared.
Turns out just Denver though.
I know that's the thing. It could just be that.
To me, I
defense
feel
was
like
that
Drew
bad.
Holiday is like kind of the answer to that. Like it seems like he could stay with Chris Paul.
He's the best perimeter
better
defender,
option
like guard
than,
defender
like,
in
Austin
the
Rivers.
NBA.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to make this a DraftKings pick of the week real quick because we're talking about like series final score.
Alrighty,
So Phoenix Suns to win 4-1 is plus 400.
that's right. That's what I took.
Phoenix Suns to win 4-2 plus 450.
Suns in 6 plus 450, and then Suns in 7 is back to plus 400.
Yeah. I know I picked Suns in 5. Plus 450 is kind of nice for Suns in 6.
They got to win on the road.
Yeah. All right, let's stick with our original one. Suns in 5.
Suns in
Because we're
5,
both
baby.
in
I
on
can't believe
it.
that's going to be off by 6 games.
That's our DraftKings pick of the week.
Bucks
Suns
are-
in 5 plus 400.
All right. Well, it's been determined that we should root for the Bucks, but we
But-
are betting on the Suns.
kind of rooting for the Bucks, actually.
Even against your own self.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe that's why he
Against my
rested
own
his
draft
knees.
pick of
This
the
is
week.
called an emotional hedge. Yeah, when
Yeah.
you believe that you just believe that the things that you want in life will never be delivered.
Because I kind of want Giannis to just have his moment.
Me
do
too,
too.
man.
I
do
really
too.
do.
Dude, this
I
is
do
the-
too.
You
Yeah.
absolutely want this to happen.
Yeah.
You want the small market team to be able to retain their superstar and them to be
Yeah.
rewarded by it.
I
This
want
is how
them
it
to-
should happen.
I want them to be rewarded. I want him to win. That way he can leave Milwaukee in a few years. So it's like, hey, I've delivered my
I know,
championship.
does him winning make him leave Milwaukee? Is there
years
more
down the
of a
line? Years down the
probability?
line, it says, what more can I do, guys? I'm now joining my best friend, Nikola Jokic,
Oh my
in
God.
Denver,
It
in my
is-
favorite city,
What a
Denver,
nightmare.
Colorado.
What an
Giannis
absolute
is
nightmare.
up there with any guy in any sport for as easy to root for. Just on an
Oh,
individual. Just
oh my God.
I like,
He's
I
airballed
like
free
you,
throws
and I want you to
before.
win.
He's been down there.
If you can in your mind conjure a reason to hate Giannis Antetokounmpo,
People do.
after like learning of his actual true self,
Yeah.
like you're just a horrible.
You're just a
human.
hater.
Right. You're just
There's
like a dick.
There's so many people online that are like, you're just a hater, man.
Right.
Like, you just hate
Like I hate
things.
when he shoots threes, but I like him.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
don't personally love the look of his game. I don't like that he has absolutely no bag. I don't like that he
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
that he. I've you've said this many times. It just looks like he's playing on a Wilson Stuffs
Yeah.
basket on the back of a child's bedroom door. But he's just a great guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is.
If you don't like him, you're just a hater. It's like people, I heard a take over the weekend. Somebody doesn't like hot dogs.
Hot dogs are
They
so
thought
good.
hot dogs are like.
Actually, can I
bad.
amend this take? First,
No,
hot,
you cannot.
first hot dog,
The Glizzard Wizard.
good stuff.
over
You're
here.
at a barbecue.
Here comes the backpedal.
second hot dog and up.
Well, you don't have to eat multiple dogs.
All right,
bro.
we're changing the take here. Like you said this while watching Joey Chestnut, and this was really your.
Yeah, this is
I
the
agree.
only reason, by the
70
way.
consecutive hot
That's
dogs
the
is,
only-
is not
No.
good.
That just set me off.
76.
76 is not good.
If
but
you are wondering why did Vogt wake up and choose violence today, it's because I saw the Joey Chestnut.
Yo,
man.
I'm
but
telling
I
you,
had a couple. You go camping,
I
you eat
had
a couple hot dogs.
3
fine.
hot dogs the night of July 4th.
look at this guy.
They
That's
were all great.
disgusting.
What,
They were all
what a
incredible.
true American over
disgusting.
here.
Look at this
wow.
freaking guy, dude.
Look at this guy.
He did everything right.
He
Take
did
a
do
freaking
everything.
look.
Look
Take
at
a
this
freaking
guy.
look. The thing about can we just quickly the thing about
Please.
Joey Chestnut
Okay, yeah.
Oh God!
Please.
All right, I'll see
eating
you guys next
76
week.
hot dogs. When
In
you
10
watch
minutes.
that, you have to consider that anytime that he's not putting 2 hot dogs. Don't clip.
What are we
this.
doing here?
They're
That he's not clipping.
They're gonna.
Please don't
so-
clip this
That
and
he's
put it on
taking
Twitter.
2 to 3 hot dogs at a time, putting them in his mouth, chewing them, and then eating wet bread shortly thereafter. He has to then find time for air to get into his mouth.
It's
Also,
insane, man.
he's
He
really
is,
just waterboarding himself.
An
with
incredible
sausage.
athlete.
The notion that was done under his own willpower and not with a gun to his head.
If you could just, he had a genie, but you could only have one wish. It's a specific one. You either say yes or no, and it's that you could become the world's greatest hot dog eater.
That's a no. Absolute no. Absolute no. No,
Not
no,
worth
no.
it. Not worth the
My
fame.
wish is that Joey Chestnut goes to jail. That's,
You guys are
Dude,
terrible.
Joey Chestnut is an American hero.
Have we?
What are we doing here?
Here's the real question, though. Have we?
the guy dethroned whatever that guy's
Kobayashi.
name is.
Have
Kobayashi.
we?
Kobayashi.
Is
Kobayashi.
76
Yeah.
the most
Brought the
hot
belt
dogs
back
that
to
can
America.
be eaten in that time?
It's a real Wilt Chamberlain, George
Have we hit-
Mikan
have we
thing
hit
you
the-
have
the
with
peak of
Kobayashi.
human
just
act-
weirdo's going to show up
possibility.
next year and eat 80, so
Yeah, I
probably
know.
not.
He keeps breaking the record.
Stop
somehow.
doing
Yeah.
that.
All right, we got to
How
keep
high
it moving.
can
We
you
got to get
go?
out of here, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in with us. Don't forget, the NBA draft is coming up, and did you know that with the NBA draft, we're going to be going live? We did this last year. It was absolutely fantastic. A live show. We're going to have guests in. We're going to be every single pick. We're going to have some takes on. It's going to be great. I honestly, the draft show is like a
Leading
top
the
time of the
audience.
year.
It's great. Yeah. The draft show is incredible.
So I'm telling you, NBA draft, mark your calendars. I think it's the 29th of July, so
Sounds
it's
right.
like
I'll
3
put
weeks or
that
so.
down.
So be excited for that. Hit the like button. See you guys later.
Smash the like button.
Still 1-1, by the way. 98